So recently, I've been on what I like to call the rise and grind set, where I sleep at 8 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. And I attribute that to this thing that I have right here, which is two um, covers. I almost called them blankets that have Velcro that stick to the wall. They just sit there. And then I put these USPS boxes here to block out the remaining light. Now, the reason this is important is because normally at nighttime, I cannot sleep because there's street lights peering in from the window. Even though there is a regular curtain on here, it is not enough to block out the light from those. And so, because there's a little bit of light, it will literally keep me awake until I'm at the point of exhaustion where I'm ready to pass out. So, what happened before I had all of this set up again and again was I would get to sleep really late, later than normal, and then the next night I would end up pushing my sleep schedule back even further because I started to reach homeostasis where that was like a normal time for me to sleep. And then that meant that I wasn't going to be sufficiently tired to get to sleep the next time. So it needed to go back further in order for me to be exhausted enough to fall asleep. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, Osaka, why didn't you just wear a sleep mask? Surely that would have kept the light from coming in. Yes, but I'm sensitive to stuff pressing on my face. And so when I would have the sleep mask on my face, I would end up just constantly thinking about this sensation on my face the whole night, and I wouldn't be able to get to sleep because of that. So that didn't work out. Sometimes I could make it work by just like placing my hoodie over my face. And then that way, it wasn't too much pressure. I could still cover it, etc. But the problem with that was that I move around a lot in my sleep. So it would come off, and then I would get woken up by the light coming in from the window. So that didn't work out either. So what I ended up settling on was setting this thing up, and I didn't have to deal with that same problem anymore ever since. And now I'm on that rise and grind set. Some people say that having the light from the morning come in from the window fixes their sleep problems, that it gets them on a naturally good schedule. But the problem with that for me is it doesn't actually adjust my sleep to a normal, healthy level. All it does is wake me up earlier than my body wants to wake up. So I'll take forever getting to sleep because of the light coming in from the lights outside, and then I'll end up waking up really early. So the result is me never getting enough sleep because I end up being woken up by the sunlight and I end up being kept awake by the street lights. So with this solution, I have been able to effectively go with the sun every night. I get tired around 8 p.m., I fall asleep, and then the next day I'm ready to seize the day at around 6 o'clock in the morning, which is pretty good. I wake up feeling rested and ready to go, and as long as I keep eating enough, I'm not going to have any problems with sleep because that's one of the big issues for me, right? Is I won't eat enough during the day and then I'll get woken up by hunger pain and stuff like that. But that's literally just because I rarely have enough money for food, especially by the end of the month, which is something I'm trying to resolve. But I mean, you know how it is. It's hard out there in these streets. I've wanted to sell some of this stuff specifically because I want to use the proceeds from the stuff that I have in order to buy some food, but I keep coming up so short on money that I literally don't have enough to actually ship the stuff that I have. So, um, who knows where that's going to go. But um, I think that's it for today's video. Uh, Congratulations to the window for being successfully covered. Thank you, covers, for helping me continue to exist.